Hey Taurus, how you doing? It's time for your 12-day forecast. My name's Mariah, fellow Taurus, Sun. But this video is for all Tauruses, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, whatever you got going on. There'll be something here that'll fit you. I don't care, just because I said so. All right. But anyway, we are doing our 12-day forecast for the sign of Taurus. While I was meditating this morning, I came up with the message to use the Mary Magdalene deck for your energies today, as well as Spirit of the Wheel. So we're going to grab a couple oracle cards from each deck. And then to do our reading around those oracle cards, and then also to just find out the current energies of the Taurus collective today. So welcome in, Taurus. Apologize, Taurus. I got a little icky. You know, Taurus rules the throat, right? Well, something in my throat. I've been coughing and gagging, and this is like the 4th time I'm trying to do this video for you, and I keep getting interrupted. And needless to say, I'm a little bit frustrated about it. And now it's my throat. So something doesn't want this message to get to you. I don't know. We're going to find out. Something doesn't want this message to get to you. All right. My readings are timeless. This is for the next 12 days. It doesn't matter when you watch it. Okay? Today, next year, 10 years from now, whatever. For the next 12 days. All right, Mary. What you got for us, Mary Magdalene? Mary Magdalene Oracle deck. That's it. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the skull. Love is already won. All right. And then we got Beloved. Love never ends. And the second power, I trust what my soul desires. Okay. Let's read the second power. So, Mary Magdalene talks about the 7 powers of the ego. Okay, according to Mary's gospel, though, they're simply powers, not demons. Okay, they're powers that we all contain and that we are not meant to feel ashamed of. We're not meant to transcend them, to deny or spiritually bypass them. We are meant to experience the fullness of our humanity. So the second power is clinging. I trust what my soul desires. So the second power is clinging. What are you clinging to, Taurus? I trust what my soul desires. According to legend, Mary crossed the Mediterranean Sea to the south of France on a ship without sails after Christ's crucifixion in order to escape Roman persecution. 2 other women named Mary were on the ship with her, as well as a little girl named Sarah. Some legends suggest that Sarah was Christ and Mary's daughter. I've always imagined that Mary felt anguish having to leave ancient Israel, the land where she met and loved and lost Christ. What the ego wants is real and powerful, and also part of what it means to be human. We're meant to feel the exquisite suffering of not always getting what the ego craves. We cling to the desires of the ego, most often not even realizing that it's the ego that's driving us to crave so desperately. Christ explains the creation of the ego so perfectly in the Gospel of Mary. Matter gave birth to a passion which has no image, but it derives from what is contrary to nature, a disturbing confusion that occurred in the whole body. Matter, meaning our flesh, our beloved body, gives birth to a passion, the ego, which has no eternal lasting image like that of the soul. This passion, this ego, is contrary to nature because it seeks to control the flow of energy. The ego doesn't want to die. The ego is terrified of change, and the ego wants life to unfold according to a chronological time frame. And this is necessary because if we didn't have this passion, this ego, we wouldn't be able to function here while human, while embodied. The soul needs the ego. Our work here is to discern when it's the ego that's leading, when it's the ego that's clinging to an outcome, and then, with as much mercy as possible, help release the ego's grasp so that the soul can return to its stance at the helm of our life. We want the soul to lead us, and that's often terrifying because the soul is constantly leading us towards what's new, what's next, what has never been done before. The soul wants us to be fully present because transformation only happens in the present tense. And a little journal prompt for you. What have I been clinging to or trying to control? And love never ends. Okay, so thank you for that, Mary. I appreciate that. All right, and Spirit of the Wheel, what have you for the Tauruses today? This is going to be somewhat of the theme of our reading. So where are we going with this, Spirit? Spirit of the Wheel. What do you have for Taurus today? What do you have for Taurus today? Anything else? All right. All right, so contemplation, messages, and deliberation at the bottom of our deck. The long snow moon at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Wisdom, universal law, learning and sharing. And introspection, new perspective, retreat, unity. Card 33 and card 39. We got a bunch of threes today, Taurus. All right. Wisdom and introspection. Well, yeah, wisdom comes from going within. Doesn't surprise me at all, Taurus, that that's what came out. We have Chiron, the wounded healer, in our sign. The path to healing is within. We're going to see things from a new perspective once we go within, once we retreat. Things about universal law and learning. What's okay to share and what's not okay to share, right? I mean, there are some things within us that we're working on, that we're actively in the present moment working on about ourselves. Taurus. Let's ask the tarot. Why is wisdom here? What is that signifying for Taurus? Anything else? trying to get one more out of them for this. There it is. I knew it was in there. And I knew that was the card that was going to come out too. No, I didn't. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But it is my favorite card in the deck. And I know that sounds crazy that my favorite card is a knight, but my favorite card is a knight. All right. First came out when I asked, why is wisdom here? Justice came out, which makes total sense because wisdom is this universal law, learning and sharing, right? And justice is balance, right? Is the balance of that universe, of our learning and our sharing. Balanced, right? Okay. And we got the Two of Pentacles. So while we're doing that balancing act, we're also juggling. Okay. While we're balancing things out, we're figuring out what stays, what goes. What can I keep, what goes? What resonates, what no longer resonates? Am I able to let go of what no longer resonates with me? And the Knight of Pentacles comes in and says, yep, slow and steady wins the race. Yeah. Yep. He knows where he's going. He's just taking his time getting there. And it's okay. As we build things, Taurus, as we continue to build and grow and starting to see what our desires are, okay, where our second part, where does our ego want to go? It's okay to bring the ego in. It's okay to say, hey, little ego, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? Let's work together. Let's integrate our shadow and our light. Let's integrate our ego and our id. Let's integrate our masculine and our feminine. Let's integrate that. So, let's see where that leads us. Why is introspection here? Why is introspection here? So introspection is that new perspective. So we go within to balance things out, figure out what stays, what goes. We see things from a new perspective. We may need to retreat. We may need to unify with other humans. Who knows? Taurus. New perspective. Why is the new perspective here for Taurus? Some strategic planning here, Taurus. Strategy. Cunning. But don't be deceptive about it. So we got King of Wands first. That's the first card I saw. A new perspective, retreat, and unity. So what this is saying to me is that the King of Wands knows what he wants. Okay. Knows how to get what he wants. He manifests it. And the wands are fire. Fire, desire, and passion. And our passions come from our ego. So the King of Wands is sovereign. Okay? He's mastered his ego. He's been able to say, hey, I see you and your desires. I hear you. And I will make sure that you get a say in what we do around here. But I will look at it through the eyes of my spirit, through the eyes of my higher self, to determine if it's safe for us. Because I'm in the lead now. And I appreciate your passion. So he sees it. He takes the time to go within, to not, yeah, he's fiery and he's passionate and he's all of those things, but he's also mastered that. He's also went within, Taurus, and said, hey, this is what I am really good at. This is what I really want to do. And he's been able to say, yeah, that's not really healthy for us. Or yeah, let's do that. Okay. The reason why I said you're strategic, the 7 of Swords came out. And normally the energy that I get off this card is lies, deceit. And this time it was strategy. You're strategizing over what you're learning. You're integrating what you're learning. You're going into your shadow self, and your spirit's going along for the ride into your shadow self to find the treasures there, because there are treasures in the shadows. And that's where you're heading, Taurus, is into the shadows, because there's something there that you need to see that's going to help you have a new perspective on these desires that you have. Right? To the world, the end of the cycle. So you're ending a cycle. What is the... Okay. All right, Spirit, just to clarify. Why is Justice, the 2 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles here with universal law? Why are they here with universal law? Or with wisdom? Okay, because because of the wonderful things he does, we're off to see the wizard. The wonderful Wizard of Oz. Don't know. Taurus came into my head. All right. The Chariot. Victory, success. Maybe travels. On the, maybe. I don't know. But definitely victory and success. Learning about the universal laws. Learning about how to balance. How to be in balance. How to call justice on yourself. And how to slow and steady wins the race. Brings about the reward of new truth. Being able to figure out, standing in your new truth. In this new energy with the King of Pentacles, who is the King of Earth. He is the King of Earth. Oh, Taurus, you're fine. You're fine. All right. And why is introspection here with the World, the 7 of Swords, and the King of Wands? So Spirit's like, I said what I said already. Said what I said. Yeah. Yeah. This is closing out a cycle, you guys. So we're closing out a cycle. We're using strategy to dig down deep. Because the Knight of Pentacles is here again, Taurus. Slow and steady. Wins the race. Staying present. Staying in the now. King of Swords. Speaking your truth. Living in your truth. Balancing the scales. Because there is a transition coming for us, Taurus. Death is not just the ending, it is also the beginning. Scorpio energy here. The world is all the fixed signs. So, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Just the death card here is just, it's about the rebirth. We cannot take with us into the next path what no longer serves us. What's not meant to go with us needs to be put to rest. We need to put it to rest. What's not meant to go with us on this new journey. Okay, talk to me about the new journey. Where are we going, Spirit? Talk to me about the new journey. You want to get any hints about the new journey? It's not going to be easy. Nothing ever is easy. You know, we just put our finger on the easy button, I guess. But it's going to help you master what you're doing. Yeah. All right. What's this new direction for Tauruses? Got the Ace of Wands. So it's desirous and passionate. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely desirous and passionate. Built on a strong foundation with celebration. Okay, so I'll show you the cards all here in a minute. Built on a strong foundation. Okay, so Ace of Pentacles, or the Ace of Wands, is our starting point of this new journey. So yeah, it's a new passion, new desire, new something or other is coming into fruition after we get rid of all of the stuff that's no longer, that doesn't keep us in balance. Okay, all of the things that need to fade away so that death can happen, so that our rebirth can happen. And then we've got the Ace of Wands, Taurus. The Ace of Wands is that new spark, that new desire, that new passion coming in, right? And we have the Four of Wands, which is celebration. Okay. Yay. Ooh, we're on a new path. I'm happy about that. Four of Pentacles is building a solid, firm foundation. So this new rebirth that we're in here, Taurus, where we have understood that our desires are just a part of us. That is who we are. We are human. Love never ends. Okay. Our passions and our desires are part of us. They are who we are. And sometimes they need to be tamed, and sometimes they need to be just let it go. Go on with your bad self. Okay. But having that understanding now brings us to a solid foundation where we can build on and where we can master with the Eight of Pentacles. We can master what it is that Spirit's put on our hearts now, because now we know that we can go into the shadow. We can go into our higher self, and we can use both energies at the same time. We understand that now. We get it. We get that to be human means we are spirit and we are body. And it's not going to come without struggle. It is. We're going to have struggle. Struggle helps. Okay? A baby bird cannot get out of the shell without struggle. It must peck the shell with its beak. It must struggle. Birthing a baby is a struggle for both mom and baby. Giving birth to anything is a struggle. And sometimes we have to, work hard at it. But when we do, we get to lay down all the burdens. We get to complete the cycle again. And Taurus, that's the moral of the story, again and again and again. A new chapter opens, a chapter closes, a new chapter opens, a chapter closes, a new chapter opens, a chapter closes. And each time we get a little bit closer. Each time we get a little bit closer to remembering exactly who we are and why we're here. To that remembrance. And that's what's most important. The most important thing you can learn in this life is who you are. Who are you, Taurus? Answer me in the comments. Who are you? I mean, deep down. I don't want your name, your rank, your social security. I don't want any of that. I want to know who you are, Taurus. I think you want to know too. So the decks I've used today are the Cosmic Tarot, the Rider-Waite, my gold foil, the Mary Magdalene Oracle, and Spirit of the Wheel. I appreciate you being here with me, Taurus. And I really hope that this has helped. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day and the next 12 days. Go forth and conquer, beautiful souls.